Hi guys, welcome to another great session with LeadSquared. How are you all doing today? Please do remember to type in your questions and whatever you want to tell us about in the questions panel that you see on the right. Today we have with us Mr. Mandar Marathe, the founder of Briefcase, who's going to tell us about hacks to improve traffic, leads and revenue for your website. So, hi Mandar, are you there?
Hey, hi Shivani, hi. Hello everyone. Thank you for being on time, and I hope everyone just joins in really quick so that we have a quorum and we can start. Maybe if you want, we can wait for 1 more minute before we have a few more attendees joining us, and then I think we will start. So just a few rules. Since we have a lot to cover in an hour, what we will try to do is take questions at the end. So I will present for maybe around 35 to 40 minutes. If you have any questions, you can drop those across, and Lakshmi will then send them across to me, and I will try and answer as many questions as possible at the end of the session. Right? Also, I will share my contact details if at all we are not able to cover all your queries and questions. At the end of this webinar, I'd be happy to take them offline via email or via phone, so you can always reach out.
Okay.
Thank you. So let's just wait for maybe half a minute before we start.
Okay. So while we wait, Mandar, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and how you came to, yeah.
So I've been dabbling with digital marketing, I think, since the past 8 years or so. Just to how actually digital marketing became my career is an interesting story. So I'm a computer science engineer by my academic education and background, and then I was working as a software engineer at Infosys. So I see a lot of the attendees here today also having tech backgrounds. So I can totally relate to that. And I was when I was a software engineer for a couple of years at Infosys, I was in Bangalore and in Pune. Finally decided to quit, go ahead with my MBA, and that's where actually I discovered that I had a liking for marketing. So marketing and technology put together led to digital marketing, and then I pursued a job at an advertising agency in Boston. I was there for 3.5 years, and I did SEO, analytics, web design and development, so the technical aspects of digital marketing. And I came back to India in 2010. Since then, I have worked with Reprise Media for 3 years as the office head, which is an IPG company. Before I started Briefcase, it's been 2.5 years as a co-founder at Briefcase. We have grown from a small team of 3 co-founders to 22 right now, out of a small office in Mumbai. And we service mainly small businesses and mid-sized businesses and help them with their online marketing efforts. So that's where we are right now. And I think apart from Briefcase, I also teach at Digital Vidya. So I conduct online sessions on SEO for Digital Vidya. And I am a professor at IIT Bombay at the School of Management. So I take a full-time online marketing course, which is usually conducted in January, February every year, which is a 20-hour course. So yes, apart from work, I do enjoy teaching and training, and I think like to exchange knowledge. So.
Awesome. So we are looking forward to you teaching us a lot of hacks this session.
Great. So I think we should start. People have already been here on time, so let's just start. right?
Yeah.
Lakshmi, so I mean, keep me posted with any questions, etc. If they
Mm-hmm.
are urgent and pressing, then you could just interrupt
Yeah.
me and you could take those
Yeah,
questions.
I shall do that. Yeah.
Uh, so if you would want to tweet about the webinar, you can use the hashtag LSQ webinar. You can also mark LeadSquared, or that's my Twitter handle there. You can mark me and ask any questions. If I'm not able to take them right at the end of the webinar, I'll continue replying back on Twitter. So yeah, I think already introduced myself. So I am Mandar. If you search for Mandar Marathe on Google, uh, I'm not, definitely not the first link there. So I'm not the guy who knows anything about fine art. Uh, I would be the third link, which is my LinkedIn profile. And I happen to be a co-founder at Briefcase currently, and also teach at IIT Bombay. So I've just gone through this. Quickly, I'll take you through my profile. So currently at Briefcase, previous to that, I was at Reprise Media and Digitas in Boston, and I was a software engineer. I have a master's in business from Texas A&M and a bachelor's of computer science from VJTI Bombay. So let me start with a quick question. I mean, who doesn't need traffic, leads, and revenue? Can someone tell me, if you're an online business, is there anyone who doesn't need traffic, leads, and revenue? Any naysayer who says that I don't need traffic, leads, and revenue?
That's a very easy question. I'm sure there are not a lot of people are going to say yes to that.
Yes. All of us, I mean, whether you're a small business, you're a mid-sized business, you're a large business, you're an individual consultant, you're a coach, you're a blogger, you write content for freelance, you design websites, you work for, you work as a marketing professional in a large organization, small organization, anywhere, right? If you're dealing with online and if you're dealing with digital, we definitely need traffic, leads, and uh, Game of Thrones season just concluded, and this was the tagline that I found most relevant to today's session. So if all of us need this, need traffic, leads, and revenue, we are in the great game now, and the great game is terrifying. So I say terrifying because there are many facets to digital marketing, and it's not easy for a single person to have knowledge across all areas of digital marketing. So you need a helping hand, maybe an agency. You need in-house resources to actually execute SEO, to execute analytics, to execute social media campaigns, etc. Right? But we have today's webinar, which we will talk about few of my top strategies or recommendations which I have for most of our clients in terms of how do we hack their marketing, how do we quickly get traffic, leads, and revenue. Right? So I think one slide, an important slide for every business. I feel that if you want to succeed with growth hacking, if you want to increase traffic, leads, and revenue, you need to have and with whatever I may say today, or I may whatever I may give out today, if you don't have a designer on your team, if you don't have a developer, if you don't have a content creator in today's world, it would be very difficult to actually execute any of the strategies that I put forward, right? So if you don't have these people, make sure that you align with an agency, or you align with the right resources to have them on board to execute a lot of your stuff. As far as the growth hacker goes, that profile would be of a person who is extremely analytical, extremely data driven, and works with only a singular focus of growth, which means growth in traffic, leads, and revenue, right? So that person thinks about different hacks or different strategies, and then uses his team, design team, the development team, the content creation team to actually go ahead and execute the plans. So if you don't have a growth hacker, you need to again maybe look out for one in terms who's very analytical and very data driven in today's world. Okay. So as the session goes, we have broken down the hacks into three parts: traffic hacks, lead and customer acquisition hacks, and some revenue hacks. I will go through some of the hacks right now. So how many of you identify this traffic, right? So if you're either in Mumbai, you're either in Delhi, Gurgaon, or you're in Bangalore, right? You are stuck in traffic one day or the other, right? Unfortunately, we are not going to solve this traffic issue today. We're going to take a look at how do we increase traffic to our website. So the first hack that I have for improving traffic is to improve the click-through rate of organic search results, right? So what I mean by organic search results is if I search for web conferencing software, if I search for web conferencing software and I see 4 ads on top, but I see a lot of search results here, which are your organic search results, right? In total, there are around 10 results that appear on every page of Google, right? How do we improve the click-through rate for these results? So you have 1 in a 10 chance of people actually clicking on your link as opposed to your competitor's link and then visiting your website. How do we actually go ahead and maximize that chance of more people clicking on that link, right? So if you maximize, if say last month there were 20 people who clicked on this link, how do you double it? How do you get 40 people to click on this link? So the first tool that I would say to see how we improve the click-through rates for organic search results is use Google Search Console. So I'll just quickly go through my Google Search Console, which is also called Webmaster's Tool. If you go to Google Search Console and if you go to Search Traffic and Search Analytics here, so I'm actually taking you through one website of our client, which is called Cloud Lending Inc. So they develop financial software built on Salesforce. So here, what we can do is select pages, click on impressions and click-through rate, right? And just maybe filter those pages by date. So let's just say set a date range of set a custom date range. So let's just look at data from May. So I'm going to filter all my search traffic for these dates, and I understand that these are the pages that are appearing in organic search results, right? And I also see the number of people who are clicking on these pages, right? And the number of times these pages were actually seen by people. So number of times a search query was put in and the home page of the website actually appeared within the Google search results. So clicks divided by impressions, easy formula that gives you the click-through rate, right? So we have the click-through rate of all the pages on our website, right? What we would actually do is we could just go ahead and export this list. We export this pages list and we then sort it by the click-through rate, right? So we will want to identify pages that have a low click-through rate. Usually we can take a benchmark of say 5 to 5%. So if the click-through rate for your page is less than 5%, then you would want to do something about that page, which means that people are actually seeing that page in a search result, but they are not actually clicking on the search result and coming to your website, right? So simply, if I search for say peer-to-peer lending software and there is cloud lending, which appears in position 1 and 2. What I actually do is, if I want, I know that the click-through rate for the second search result is less than 5%. I want to improve that. So what I did is I actually went ahead and changed the title of the page. So if you can see here, how to launch an online marketplace platform, right? So I changed the title of the page and I changed the meta description, which is the description which is just below the URL that you see. Right now, what will that result in? So if I just change the title and if I change the meta description, my entire purpose is to make the title actionable, right? So use these words within your page titles to make sure that people click a lot on your organic search results. So like how to would be one word, get a free ebook, right? You deserve better than this, or best marketing agency. If you have a blog post, then say that it's a blog post, or if you have an ebook, say why you need to know about growth hacking, right? So use these actionable keywords within the title and then go ahead and change the title of the page, right, and change the meta description. Once you do that, then maybe after 30 days you can go back to Search Console and do a quick comparison, right? So if I want to compare date ranges, I can compare it this period to the last period, and then I can see whether my hack of actually changing the titles for the pages and making them more actionable has improved the click-through rate, right? So if I know that the click-through rate earlier was 13.91, it has dropped, which means the change for the title has not actually improved. So you can then iteratively see pages that are doing better in terms of higher click-through rates when we are changing the titles of the pages, right? So that way, iteratively over a period of time, you will change the titles of the page and make sure that they are more actionable and get more juice or more traffic from your organic ranking or listing on the website. So that's hack number one. Let's move. I mean, if you have any questions related to this, you can definitely drop them in. I will try and answer that. The second hack that I have is to make content more shareable. Simply so you can, I will not take you through those tools, but there are multiple tools available. For example, click to tweet, wherein you have some content on a website, say this one, right? You have content on this website and you can put in a link here, and if you use click to tweet, this content on your website would directly be pushed out to Twitter on whoever is reading the content, right? So you want to make your content more distributable. So if you make all the content on your website easily shareable on social media and other channels, then you actually would drive more traffic from social media to your website, right? So one hack is to use click to tweet plugin on your website. The second is there is a plugin called SumoMe. So SumoMe, again, they have plugins for WordPress and for other websites. So they have a tool called Highlighter, wherein you can actually go on once you have it installed. People who will highlight content on your website can just tweet it or share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, right? So that way. The third way of actually making content more shareable is having people share something which they are getting for free on social media. So there are two things. One is pay with a tweet, and the second one is I think a Mumbai-based or Bangalore-based company called Instamojo. So they have also launched something called Social Pay. So if you have a free ebook, if you have a free case study, if you have created a free infographic, right? Rather than giving access to people for free, you would want to gate it with a social pay, right? So people will enter their name, email, and phone number, and then click on pay with a tweet. So that ebook or infographic would first be shared on social media, and then the person has access to whatever content you want to provide. Right. So again, two things. One is pay with a tweet, and the second one is InstaMojo. So both of these, pay with a tweet is free. You can create a free campaign and monitor performance of any ebooks or content pieces that you have created. Right. So try to make content as shareable as possible. The second part is we'll focus on improving. This is the large bit, or I have most of my hacks in terms of improving the number of leads or customers that you acquire from your website. So first is you want to get more traffic to your website, so you use some social media hacks. You've used a simple SEO hack. Once you have more customers on your website, how do you actually convert them from a basic website visitor to a lead or to a customer? Right. So the first hack that I have is to use email magnets. Right. What do I mean by email magnets? So simply put in some communication which will help you to capture email IDs of a lot of people. Right. So for example, this is one by BidSketch. If you go to bidsketch.com, they actually create professional client proposals. So all they are asking for on their website is enter your email ID and they will send you a sample proposal, right? So they don't want you to actually buy from them right away, but they want to collect your email ID first. Same is the case with Chefworks, which is again US based. It says that, hey, you get $10 off an order of $75 or more. So if you want your $10, just enter your email ID, right? So these are some of the examples, and you'll see a lot of them across a lot of websites. It's basically trying to create some offering wherein you can just capture the email address. Once you capture the email address, we will talk about one more hack that I have that will actually, you could mine the email IDs and use it fruitfully. Right? This is again Tim Ferriss's blog, which is called the 4-Hour Work Week. Right? So again, on his blog homepage, you see here that he just has the email ID and he says get access to premium content or blog. Right? So again, try to set up an email magnet on your website. If you need special tools to do that, there are three which I would recommend. The first is Hello Bar. The second one is Sumomi. Again, they have a suite of tools, but you can use Smart Bar from Sumomi to actually create this bar or this widget on your website that would capture email IDs for different offerings that you have. And again, you can use MailChimp's interface to capture email IDs. You can use MailChimp for also creating your email campaigns. But for now, let's just say that we use MailChimp to capture the email IDs on your website. Hack number 4 is what are you going to do once you have captured these email IDs, right? So you have given out, you want to give, you have made some offer, you are giving out some content. In exchange for that content, you have captured a lot of email IDs. Now the number one conversion aspect of digital marketing is email, and email is very underrated, especially in India. A lot of organizations, small players, big players, they fail to use this communication channel to actually drive leads and acquire customers, right? So my hack is about using Lifecycle emails properly and reaching out to customers at different stages of the lifecycle with their business. So this is what Gartner has to say. When one uses event-triggered techniques, it results in 600% lift over traditional outbound programs, right? So if the user has interacted, come to your website, downloaded an ebook, interacted with your site, maybe filled up a lead, but has abandoned your site, maybe if you have an e-commerce site, gone to your site, abandoned the funnel, then although you might have momentarily lost the customer, but using email marketing, you can regain that customer. So you can, when it comes to the life cycle of customers, there are usually two stages. One is the pre-sale stage, which is usually used for lead generation, and the other one is the post-sale stage, which is for customer retention. So after you've acquired the customer, how do you use email marketing to further retain the customer? So in pre-sale, you have the welcome cycle. That's when the user comes to your website and at least takes one action. So for example, today he came to my website and just said, I want to download this ebook, gave me my email ID and downloaded the ebook, right? The abandon cycle is when suppose you have a form on your website, you're an automobile company and you have a test drive form on your website. You see that a lot of people are coming to the test drive form, but they are not filling out the form, right? So they are abandoning the website on the test drive page. So how do you actually leverage those customers and send out relevant emails? So this is one recent example which I had was with Neil Patel. So again, this guy is a super famous consultant who runs his advanced marketing program, right? So I registered for his webinar, and as soon as I registered for his free webinar, right, he sent me an email which says, thanks for stopping by, and I hope the cheat sheet you downloaded was helpful. So the first hook that he had was he gave me a free cheat sheet. Once I downloaded that cheat sheet, he sent me an email with a link to the webinar registration, right? So a link to the webinar registration, I obviously registered for the webinar. And once I registered for the webinar, he kept sending me around one email every day in terms of even before the webinar started, right? So even before the webinar started, I had 4 emails from Neil which gave me different information as a precursor to the webinar, right? I took the webinar, I went through the webinar. At the end of the webinar, he wanted to sell his advanced marketing course, which I did not subscribe to. So for Neil Patel, I would be one of the users who has abandoned his funnel or abandoned his cart, right? So since after the webinar I did not join the course, he again started sending me out these automated emailers that would then coax me or want me as a customer. So he made a ridiculous offer of giving out the entire course for $1 a month, right? And then also gave me a sneak peek. After that, again, I continue receiving emails on a daily basis from Neil Patel. Some of them I read, some of them I just plainly ignore. But once he's captured my email ID, and as a business he's captured my email ID, he can then talk to me and at different stages of the life cycle, right? One example of a post-customer acquisition or post-customer customer retention email was I used Zomato's online ordering system to order from a nearby restaurant, and I quickly got an email that said that I got a cashback added to my Zomato credits, right? So you must have got these emails also from Domino's, from other guys online who send out different emails which are triggered at different stages of the customer cycle. So again, this was one post-customer acquisition email which I saw. Also, I think Amazon also does a good job or a great job. Everyone, I think all the online e-commerce businesses have Amazon as their poster child when it comes to learning from them, right? I bought diapers for my kid, and as soon as I purchased them, I got an email which said, hey, you purchased this, why don't you rate us for our service, right? Or why don't you rate the seller for the experience that you have had? So by collecting a lot of customer reviews and testimonials about products, Amazon is actually able to gather a lot more crowdsourced information. and reviews and testimonials go a long way in terms of building faith, as well as from an SEO perspective, they go a long way in terms of improving uh, traffic or organic traffic to your website. This is a past customer sample. It's not an email, it's actually an SMS which I received, but I thought it was relevant. So I used to order from Food Panda, and I think all of a sudden I decided to cook my food at home, right? So I stopped ordering, and then every 4 days they keep on reminding me or sending me an SMS update which says that happy to serve you again, or it's time we say hello again, right? So even if you know that you have lost a customer and you have tracked that customer's life cycle, you need to actually go ahead and create communication that would uh, try to get them back to our website or mobile app for that matter. So hack number 5, almost last stage, we have lead quizzes. So it's an interesting hack again to capture email IDs more as such. But
Amanda, just a minute.
yes,
There's a question for hack number 3.
yeah, you could ask
So
that.
wouldn't email IDs increase entry barriers for smaller companies?
No, so basically they wouldn't. I mean, if you're offering, so you need to offer something in exchange when you are collecting something from your users. So you can't just collect email IDs for the sake of, hey, I have a newsletter sign up widget and I'm going to collect your email ID, but I'm going to keep these emails sitting in my database forever, right? So if you don't have a follow-up newsletter program, or if you're not giving something for free, for example an ebook or a case study or a video or anything, right? So you need to give back to the customer something in return for, or something in exchange for the information that he has provided you. So I would not say that for small companies also collecting email IDs would be a deterrent. You can always start small in terms of growing your emailer database, and then maybe have a small plan of at least start with one newsletter a month, or one or two newsletters a month, and give out information about your products and services for the email IDs that you have captured. But start collecting from day one when you have your website ready, and make sure that you have a plan in place for using those email IDs. Should I continue?
Yes, please carry on.
Okay.
And Kripesh, if you still do have any doubts, please keep posting it on our question panel. We'll take it up as and when it comes. Thank you, Mandar. Please continue.
Yeah. So the number 5 was to have lead quizzes. So what a lead quiz does is it engages your customer before they actually buy from you, right? So I think one that was again created by on this blog called Nutrition Secrets, right? So on Nutrition Secrets, they have a small lead quiz which was created by leadquizzes.com. So again, this quiz is related to what diet is right for your personality, right? So you basically start the quiz, answer a few questions, and then at the end of the quiz, you have to exchange your email ID or something more than your email ID, maybe your name, phone number, email ID, and then you get to see your results, right? So you are engaging or profiling your customers even before they are actually buying from you, right? So we've also, at Briefcase, we've also kind of created one lead quiz, which is the social media readiness quiz. So if you, even before you engage with social media with Briefcase, you basically take this survey, and then once you take the survey, you get information as to what stage you are at, and then maybe you are in a better position to engage with an agency, or have social media in-house, right? So again, very simple, straightforward hack. Use leadquizzes.com, or you can create these quizzes by yourself. So you can custom build it, but make sure that you're profiling or engaging your users before you are actually wanting them to buy from, right? So again, an example for an automobile company would be which car suits your uh, personality, right? So if I am Tata Motors and I have 10 different cars to sell, it's better that I actually understand my customer's personality, and then based on his personality, I say, hey, you might prefer the Nano, or if you're an aggressive person, you might prefer, or an outdoor person, you might prefer the SUV. So try to profile your customers before you actually go ahead and offer them something to buy. Number 6, this I think hack has been there since ages, since when digital marketing was started, is to actually optimize your landing pages. Now what are landing pages? So landing pages are pages on your website where people come to from directed marketing communication. So if you're running a Google ad, if you're running a Facebook ad, if you're running any social media campaign, you usually create a page for that specific marketing communication, and you want all users to come to that page, right? So how do you actually go ahead and optimize your landing page? So I think the best example or the best business that I have seen online in India that does a fantastic job with landing page optimization is Dr. Batra's. So if you search for hair loss treatment and if you click on a Google ad, you will be taken to a landing page which looks like this, right, which gives testimonials, etc. And then it has an appointment booking form. So there are multiple things, multiple aspects of optimizing landing pages, but we're just going to talk about 2 aspects. So the first aspect is A/B testing landing pages, which means create 2 versions of the same communication as opposed to just creating 1 landing page, right? So on one landing page you have an image, maybe on the other landing page you have a image and a video. You have a video on one landing page, you have a customer testimonial on the other landing page, right? You have 5 fields on the first form, you have maybe 4 fields or 3 fields on the second form. So that way you can test multiple aspects of communication. You can test whether the title is working, you can test whether it's the visual that is aiding conversion, whether it is the number of fields which are there in a particular form that is aiding conversion, and then you can make an informed decision in terms of your future marketing campaigns of what landing pages you need to create. So over a period of time, once you have tested maybe around 10 or 20 landing pages with A/B versions, you can then you know for certain by looking at data that these are the landing pages which are converting the most. Second form of, again, landing page optimization is using multivariate testing, which is an advanced version of A/B testing actually. So instead of testing just 2 versions, you test 16 versions of the same landing page, right? So build a landing page that takes data from your database, and then actually every landing page will have a different headline, it will have a different image, it will have a different offer, maybe the color of the button will be different, right? So you can create multiple variations across these landing pages and then send different ads to different landing pages or the same ad to different landing pages and see how these landing pages are converted. Right? So we have a lot of online tools. So we have LeadSquared that offers you landing page optimization and the ability to build landing pages for your business. Other than that, you also have Unbounce, Optimizely, or Visual Website Optimizer that will help you to create these landing pages and help you to conduct maybe A/B tests or multivariate tests for each of the landing pages that you have created. Right? Hack number 7, again, very important. Although we are living in the digital world and usually we don't interact with people who visit our website, right? So we don't have a physical store where we are talking with customers and then asking them what they want and then providing them what they need, right? Same scenario, how do you translate it to the online world? So there are two tools that I would request everyone to use. So the first one is actually a chat session. So you can use either Olark, Zopim, or a lot of these chat service providers, where we've implemented this for one of our clients, Vidyalankar, and they have seen around 30 to 40 leads coming in from chats on a daily basis, right? So students who want to get more information about courses, etc., they, rather than navigating through a complex website, they actually just start chatting with the counselor. And then the counselor uses that lead information and passes it on to the relevant person within the marketing. So first is having a chat. Second is trying to again build a questionnaire or a survey. What our analytics tool do is, I mean, they give us quantitative data. So your Google Analytics tool will tell you how many people came to your website, what did they do after they came to your website, how many people exited your website, from where did they come to your website, etc. Right? But you do not have qualitative information about a website visitor, right? So one way of gaining qualitative information in terms of, hey, you, why did you actually not, why did you not fill out the form, or why did you exit the website, right? So these are all open-ended questions which remain open no matter how many analytics tools you use, right? So one way of getting qualitative information is to have surveys on your website. And you can use multiple providers. I would have Qualaroo and Typeform. These are my favorites in terms of creating surveys. You also have something which is called 4Q, which helps you to create a quick survey and launch 4 questions. So you use these survey tools to set up surveys and capture information about visitors to improve the quality of your website, whether it is to improve content, whether it is to improve imagery, whether it is to improve the resources or products that you are providing. It's very important to actually get qualitative data from your customer. Right, so we have reached the last section of our hack, which is revenue growth. And I think we have 3 hacks left, so I'll try and finish them off in 10 minutes, and then I'll be open to take some questions. For improving revenue, so if you are an online site and you are selling online, or you are actually providing booking, taking money out of your customer's wallet, then you need to make sure that you are building trust, right? So the first thing is, people want to do business, and this is also applicable in the offline world. So people want to do business with companies or with other people who can somehow showcase their track record, right? So if a visitor has come to your website and you don't have reviews, you don't have customer testimonials, or you don't have case studies that actually showcase your track record as a business, it would be very difficult for people who don't know you to actually buy from you, right? So the way to improve your cart size is by actually juxtaposing the checkout card with a relevant review or with a relevant testimonial. This usually, you will see this on a lot of e-commerce sites. Almost all of the e-commerce sites have reviews or have testimonials for each of the products that are listed on those sites. The other example for reviews would be for offline businesses like hotels, restaurants, or touristy attractions places. So more often than not, you would have seen TripAdvisor's logo on these establishments. So again, your reviews on TripAdvisor actually make or break your business, right? So I just had, last year I went to Himachal and in a remote village, right? So That guy, we stayed at a bed and breakfast place, and when I actually was leaving that place, he told me to give him a very good review on TripAdvisor. So again, reviews, customer testimonials matter a lot when it comes to people actually buying from you. Right? So if you are selling something, make sure that you are collecting enough reviews or enough testimonials to actually kind of improve your sale funnels. Right? So this is for I think Snapdeal, where they are selling a 54,000 rupee worth camera, right? So for such a huge investment, I think it makes more sense to actually, people would actually go through reviews of other people who have bought these products and what was their experience when they bought the product, right? So more premium the product, more expensive the product, the case for having reviews, recommendations, and testimonials is better or higher. Right? Hack number 9 is this is from Neil Patel's webinar, which I just attended. I thought it would be relevant. So hack number 9 is to upsell your cart with a profit maximizer. Now, when it comes to the offline scenario, I'd like to relate it to my experience in the US. So if you visit a McDonald's there, right, and if you're buying a burger, they will always, the first thing that they will ask is, do you want me to supersize your burger, right? So twice the size of what you want to buy. Do you want to buy fries along with your burger? Do you want to buy Coke? Right? So they know that you already want to buy a burger, but at the end they try to maximize their cart size by adding these multiple products or deals at the end of the funnel, right? So Neil Patel, he says that, I mean, first upsell, try to give a 2x price. So for example, say you're selling a product which is worth 100 rupees. At the cart checkout stage, when the customer is just about to pay, maybe offer one more product which is 2x the price. So I think, and also it offers speed. So for example, if you see here in Amazon, if you want the product to be delivered sooner, you have to pay more in terms of the delivery charges, right? So for speed, for convenience, you can then upsell the cart with products that are actually 2x the price or 1.5x the price, right? So offer speed, offer automation. If the customer doesn't take these two offers, then do a downsell. So if you're selling a 100 rupee product, maybe put a 65 rupee product along with it, which is complementary. So if you are buying a rain cover for your bike, then maybe sell some other accessories related to the bike, which is at a lower price than the rain cover, right? So try to offer upsells. I think FreeCharge also in their earlier interface did a brilliant thing of actually upselling on all customers who used to recharge their mobile phones, right? So at the end of the cart checkout page, they said, hey, would you like to get this coupon, this 300 rupee coupon for an additional 10 rupees, right? So I would say, hey, why not? I'm going to get 300 rupees for free. Might as well pay 10 rupees and get that additional coupon. So in terms of your products and offerings, try to maximize your cart size at the end by giving cross-selling or upselling your offers. The last hack, again, if everything else fails, go for this one. So I call this, I'll make you an offer that you can't deny, right? So this is about making ridiculous offers to your customers. For example, the biggest example that I would say in India was Groupon when it sold out onions in 7 minutes. for 9 rupees per kg, right? And at that time, I think onions were priced at around 70 rupees or 60 rupees, I'm not sure, in the market. So they were able to acquire, I think, more than 17,000 customers who might have not earlier registered with Groupon. So they were able to acquire 17,000 customers in just 7 minutes, right? Same is the case with most e-commerce portals or larger sites like Flipkart who do a flash sale for mobile phones, right? So within a limited period of time, they give a ridiculous offer of maybe half the price, right? And only limited amount of people are actually able to buy, but that creates a lot of buzz around the product. So my recommendation is again similar to this one, or one more relevant example from a real estate space would be Exorbia. So I think these guys they're like really tiny houses, but once they had launched Exorbia as a company on social media, and the first website that they had was you could actually do a small down payment and book a flat online, right? And you could then fix up an appointment to actually go and visit uh, different locations nearby you, wherein a model of your flat would be created. So they were able to sell out their entire property within 5 days. So within 5 days of launching the website online by giving out a ridiculous offer of booking a flat for, say, I think 1,000 rupees, they were able to actually sell out the entire space. So if you can do that, or you can do a ridiculous offer that you can make to customers, go ahead and do that and try to acquire customers as fast as possible. So yes, I think we are at the end of our webinar and the 10 hacks that we went through. If you need more information, have questions, etc., you can tweet them to me after the webinar, or send me an email, or give me a buzz. So Lakshmi, do we have any questions that you would want me to take?
We are having a lot of questions that are coming in. So I shall take them according to the hacks. So one person wants to know, just a minute. Right. So in hack number 3, we already addressed this question by Krupesh. Now, how can we use actionable keywords in B2B websites? Chandrasekhar would like to know that.
So again, I think on B2B websites, I would say, let me just show you this website. Again, first we need to have relevant content on our site. So for example, if you have resources in the form of ebooks or case studies, product demo videos, right? Try to use those actual keywords within each of these case studies. Even if you have a blog for your B2B website, right? So again, for this why, so why is one of the keywords. How to, right? 5 ways, right? So how to, again, so try to use actionable keywords when it comes to selling, or giving out for free. So use these words for any content that you create. So whether it's a blog, whether it's a case study, whether it's an infographic, or even for your pages, your site pages, try to use these keywords, right, within the content and within the title.
Yeah, so we have one more question for hack number 5. Lead quizzes. Can you please tell an example for IT services, or can you suggest any suits or tools to find it? It's by Aditya.
So lead quizzes, again, yeah, you can go to leadquizzes.com. Right? Leadquizzes.com, and you can actually build your own quiz on leadquizzes.com and then have it white labeled and hosted on your website, right? So you can create lead quizzes for different objectives. So if you want to just build a lead, you want to know more about your audience, right? You can build a lead quiz. One of the lead quizzes that we had earlier for our clients was try to build a profile. So this was for cloud lending again, a software client. So try to build a profile of the customer before actually uh, giving a demo or offering a free demo of your product. So we asked for what software are you currently using, what are the problems that you're facing with the existing software, how many people are there in your company, I might have talking to the marketing manager, the chief marketing officer, the chief sales officer, the CTO, CIO. Uh, if there is any pain point that you would want us to solve or address, what's that pain point, right? So ask these relevant questions in the form of quiz and then give them a score. Same thing with, I think with Briefcase, we've done a social media readiness score. So you basically just say, if I just type in say Tata Motors, I don't know whether it works, you just basically you answer different questions related to social media, right? So if I want to know about social media management, then I answer a few objective questions, and based on my answers, then it will create actually a profile, and then it will tell you that within senior management commitment, these are the things that you need to take care of. So it kind of highlights this box as well. So based on, again, you need to actually create a quiz based on your industry and your product offering. Every service business or product business would be different. So when you're creating a quiz, try to think of it of profiling the customer or engaging the customer and giving something for free, right? So for, I think on the diet quiz which we saw on nutrition secrets, they were kind of giving a cool looking report which says that this is the kind of diet that you need to consume for your personality. So create that engagement bit and give something in return, and build your own custom quiz.
And then there is there's a question by Suheb. He has brought his website Alexa ranking from 90,000 to 19,000, and he uses meta keywords, title and meta description, and also alt text for images. And he adds almost 3 blogs a week to his website, but he's still unable to find his website in the first few pages, and he would need your tips for that.
So again, this is more so an SEO related question. So Suhaib, I would say that there are multiple, facets of SEO. So from what I can gather, you have been creating content for your website, and you have been maybe optimizing the content on page. So you have been adding the relevant title, description, etc., and optimizing the content on page, right? But I think on-page optimization is only 25% of, say, the 100% optimization funnel. Google has more than 200 factors that go into determining your rank, and on-page elements contribute to maybe around 40 to 50 factors of those 200 factors. The other ones would be building a presence of off-page, which means trying to use social media to drive traffic to your website, trying to build a social media presence. If you are a local business, creating local listings on Google, on Bing places. If you're a blogger and you're writing 3 blogs on your website, reaching out to influencers industry and contributing with a guest blog on that, on their sites, and linking it back to your website. So you need to focus also on your off-page strategy as opposed to just focusing on your on-page strategy.
Okay. Right. So I hope that was clear for you, Suheb. So if you do have any more questions, guys, please feel free to reach out to Mandar. Mandar, can you also please share your contact details on screen, because we have a lot of audience who are asking for that. And there's one more last question that we can take. It is from Jafar.
Sure.
How to use
Yes, sir.
exact page content and URL on two categories? I'm afraid it's more an SEO question again. So
How to use exact?
page content and URL on two categories.
So I would say that's a question related to duplication of content. So uh, uh, I mean, it's very difficult to decipher if you could rephrase it and let me know. I think I should be able to answer. But I think what you want to say is you have the same content on two different category pages. Uh,
Okay.
right? So that would result in duplication of content, and we would strongly recommend to avoid using the same content on two categories or two different pages. So make sure that you have canonicalization for your URLs. You have a canonical tag that is passed from one URL to the other URL, and one page, I mean, one product page is accessible only from one URL. So don't create duplicate product pages that lie or reside within both categories.
Okay. And we'll have one more question from Anuja. Wouldn't
Yeah.
multivariate testing during live environment execution diminish a brand's unique personality? When landing pages look different from each other, what are the other ways in which multivariate testing can be done?
The other ways is, I mean, I would not say it would take away from, yes, I mean, if you're having a particular brand tagline, right, and you want to use that brand tagline consistently across your offline or online communication, then, you know that this tagline is working for you, then you would not want to experiment with that tagline, right, or not change that copy. But there are different aspects of multivariate testing. So maybe you can use different images and keep the same headline. You can use a video at one place. You can use customer testimonials. You can put in a phone number of your business. You can just collect maybe the email ID as one field. So apart from what you feel will take away from your brand positioning, you can experiment a lot and make those changes. Right, so even for if you're a big brand and if you have an offline agency and they present you 3 creative routes for your communication positioning, you should use all those 3 routes on 3 different landing pages and actually test out the communication. So digital, I think, is a faster and cheaper and most effective way to fail if you have to fail. So rather than putting out the communication to maybe on TV or spending a lot with one communication route, test out all 3 routes. There is one website which is also called 5secondtest.com. So again, you can create a design of the landing page and upload it on 5secondtest.com and survey people as to what they recollect from taking a look at that page. So if people are able to remember certain specific things about the page, then you know that those aspects of the page are actually sticking with people. So use that image, use that video on all your landing pages. What was the second question?
Anuj, when landing pages look different from each other, wouldn't multivariate testing during live environment execution diminish a brand's unique personality when landing pages look different from each other?
So I answered that one. There was a second part.
Yeah. What are the other ways in which multivariate testing can be done?
So you can use multivariate testing through Google Analytics. You can do A/B testing, multivariate testing, and you can test not just your landing pages, but you can test anything and everything on your website. Right from your checkout funnel, you could have 2 different pages created, and on your server or using analytics, you could serve one version of the page to 50% of your visitors and the other version of the page to the rest 50% of your visitors, and see which checkout process is giving you more customers. So you could apply A/B testing or multivariate testing to different aspects. Maybe you could have 5 versions of the website's homepage. You could have three versions of the product pages, right? So, and again, you could split traffic across these pages, and then at the end, maybe after you've collected considerable amount of data, you could decide which page is working the best for your consumer in terms of having the lowest bounce rate, having the lowest exit rate, having more time spent on that page. By taking a look at all these metrics from analytics, you can then decide that page A or page B is working as opposed to page C. So you can basically apply it to everything.
Okay. So guys, we're running short of time, so we'll just take up this last question by Siddharth. Is it good to have email verification process for new users on our website, or is it not recommended?
So in the US, a two-step verification is mandatory. Unfortunately, it's not a double opt-in, you call it. It's not mandatory in India as such. But I would recommend that if you have an email plan in place and you are going to send out a lot of email communication to users, it is better to have a two-step verification where you know for sure that the customers want to actually hear from you. That also helps you to filter your email database and your segment your email database better or more efficiently. So you will have lesser junk leads and more quality leads. That way you know that when you are going to send out an email blast or send out any communication via email, it's not going to fall on deaf ears, and people who have actually double opted in are going to open your email and read that email because they have taken the trouble of doing a double opt-in. So in case you have a structured email marketing approach, I would definitely recommend double opt-in. But if you are just collecting email IDs and maybe sending out one newsletter every quarter or every month, right? At this stage, I don't think you need a double opt-in or a verification required. Also, I think depends on service to service. So if you are a financial services business, you need to have a verification code or a OTP solution to verify your email ID or your mobile number. So again, depends on the business, but yeah, unless you don't have a email marketing plan, don't go in for double opt-in.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Siddharth. Thank you, Mandar, so much for doing this session with us. Guys, we are really sorry that we are running short of time. It's already 4:10. Thank you for being so patient, bearing with us and giving us your time. And thank you, Mandar, for being here with us today. We had a great session. We enjoyed it a lot. And I really hope that our audience got very actionable insights from it. So we will
Thank you so much.
reply.
Thank you for having me.
It was our pleasure. Right, so guys, we'll also send you a recording of this blog post, of this webinar, and a blog post and the presentation as well within the next 4-5 working days. And if you want to reach out to Mandar, you can see his contact details on screen. Please do feel free to reach out to him, and or we can also pass you on to him if you would like us to do so. All right. Okay, guys, have a great weekend ahead, and see you next webinar. Thank you, Mandar. Thanks a lot.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for taking out your time on Friday. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.